blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw.
Would you compare him to Kevin White, Alex?
I wouldn't put that label on him because I do think he's better than Kevin. So, I mean, Ohio State receiver, you could essentially end the evaluation and the analysis there because that coaching and what they do with wide receivers at Ohio State is awesome.
I don't give a damn how young he is. We are not leaving out Patrick Mahomes. You're the young goat.
Okay.
The young goat. Hey, oh, what's good, YouTube? We got Sean and TD in the house today. What's good, fellas?
What's good, bro?
Chilling as usual. Sean, what news you got for us today?
Oh, we got that Joe Flacco trade that just happened. What do you guys think about that?
All I'm worried about is Jamar Chase. I don't care nothing about nothing else.
If it helps Jamar Chase, hey, it should on the low. A sleeper should be maybe Noah Fant might come in the fray.
I don't care nothing about it. Jamar Chase.
That's why I say that. So
Chase Brown and Jamar Chase.
I don't know what gonna help Chase Brown, but
nothing. They got no offensive line, man. It's so you know when he goes out.
If Jamar Chase start eating, I'm sorry, Maxim, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I don't think Chase Brown's gonna do too much because, like, he can't run. There's no offensive line. You know, when he goes out in the flat, that's most likely how they're gonna get their run game. So you play cover two basically on them and two high safeties, which two high safeties seems to be the trend this year.
Cutting edge content. No, that's what you're gonna do. And two teams go back into this I formation and double tight. We're gonna run cover two. So you got to run their ass up out of cover two like you did in the late 90s. You got to run Tampa Bay out of that cover two.
Yep, for sure. And then did you see Jerry Jones got fined $250,000 for giving a fan?
He don't care nothing about that. He got fined what, $75?
Yeah, maybe in his money.
$75.
That's still a lot of money.
He don't care nothing about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but he don't care. You know, these guys are 70 years old. How do your grandma and grandpa act? They don't give a damn about none of that shit. So I love Jerry Jones. He keeps it real. That's why he's the #1 franchise making money team in the whole world, because he don't care about that type of shit. And that's what we like to see. He been on this YouTube type TV type shit for a long time. And other owners was trying to be safe other than the Raiders owner from back in the day.
Oh, Al Davis?
Al Davis, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then Rich Gannon got fined too for his spat. He got fined from the Cardinals $100,000 for his spat with Amari. I don't know, you're going to try to say his last name, D, there on the sidelines. Yeah, which I thought it was ridiculous. That happens all the time. And sometimes that's what players needs. Like, look at Vernon Davis with the 49ers, right? If he never had that sideline burst with Singletary, we would have never seen the Vernon Davis that we did, because that lit a fire under his ass.
But that you can't use that to discipline all the other younger players. But I get what you're saying. That worked for Vernon, but it's not going to work for everybody. But I agree with the coach. I just cut him. I don't get in his face. I don't disrespect him as a man. And this is what I want to say, Maximus. I don't want to get weird, but black men don't like seeing white men up in their face in a professional manner. Like that's right. It's kind of like it feels disrespectful, but I do believe in the different time period it worked, because I was brought up that way. But now it's gonna be perceived as disrespectful because all these guys are making a lot of money. So I that's the thing that why Gannon had to apologize, because it looked bad. But he was right. He just should have just fined him. That's what you do in today's game.
Yeah, I guess that never even crossed my mind, that. So nothing much I could say to that, because it doesn't affect.
How do you feel about that, Terrence? Am I lying, Terrence?
I didn't get to hear exactly what was said. Did we hear what was said? Because it looked like
he was just on his ass. Like, what the hell are you doing? He was. I mean, it wasn't a racist. No, it wasn't racist. But you don't put your hands on a grown man.
Well,
That's the
it wasn't
thing.
a mistake. It didn't feel like he like put it in his face. Felt like he looked like he made a mistake and hit him on the arm. It didn't look like it was intentional. It looked like it
But
was
it
a
doesn't
mistake.
matter. You can't
It
touch a
looked
grown.
bad. It looked horrible.
Yeah.
But I would like to hear from the running back. How he felt. In the moment was going on, because guess what? If we had to ask him, would you rather get a fine of $50K, or you rather him yell in your face for a few seconds? I'll take that yell in the face for a few seconds. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
But you're gonna get both. He gonna find your ass regardless. So you're gonna have to get a little bit of both. But I'm not gonna say Gannon is. I'm not trying to say Gannon is racist. Gannon is not. I haven't seen anything. I would never put that on no grown man and make a claim like that because of that. But what I will say, the perception, because black men, we have to deal with perception all the time. So perception looks like you sit here in another man's face and you put your hands on them. And these are grown people and they making a lot of money. Today's it's just different. Just like you can't whoop your kids. You know that. Y'all guys know that. Y'all gotta look. I think y'all got kids. You can't whoop your kids. But 15 years ago, you could whoop the hell out of your kids.
You
So it's just different.
Whoop your kids. You can't beat your kids. We start getting into some territory, different territories. So hey, don't do that, Johnny. But you can't go get me that switch. Pull down the pants. That's a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a time in schools up in Canada where you could still get the paddle from the principal.
I did. I did.
Oh, I did too.
Multiple schools.
I got paddled too. I got paddled into about third grade.
Yeah, I think that's what I was in too, and I was the last one it was used on before it was retired.
Yep.
Just crazy. And then I thought, we're about a quarter way through the season, so let's get in and see who you guys think are the best rookies right now.
Best rookies.
Buka.
It's Buka. That's easy. Buka is easy.
I think he's the number 3 wide receiver right now. He up there.
Oh yeah, I was saying all offseason he was the best wide receiver in this class, and no one believed me because the tat, and I'm like, no, wait till you see Ibuka. This guy's like a different level with his route running and how he can go. And with the injuries coming early, he's getting his opportunities early, and I don't think they're going to take him off the field now.
Right, Maxim. How do you feel about getting to a couple guys super chatted? How do you feel about getting to that right now? That the ones that super chatted.
Do you see them, Terrence?
Of course. TZG man, full PPR start to 1 flex. BTJ, Sutton, Diggs, Wendell Robinson, Lost Hill, and Ricky B this week. What you want us to do? Start 2. So start 2. BTJ, Sutton, Diggs, Wendell Robinson.
Is it start 3?
No, start 2.
No, it says start 2. Start 2, 1 flex. So it is 3. So I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going with Diggs. And then I'm going with Sutton over Wendell Robinson.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. Yeah, I've got to be Robinson. I got to be right because Diggs doing what he's doing, and he ain't even getting that much of the snaps, like 70% of the snaps. Diggs
keeps going up every week, Terrence. Keeps going up a little bit each week. The knee gets a little bit better.
That's scary. Senor Rahoa said, thoughts on my bench and need 3 flex PPR, JCM, Keon, Fannin, Bond, Gordon, Rashard Smith, Rice. What Rice? Tesla, Burden. Thanks, guys.
I'm going with Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
Yeah, you're for sure going to go with him because he's a hot hand right now.
Right. I don't know what Rice that is because I don't think there's no Rice that's active this week.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
but I would go with Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Burton, and Keon.
Ooh, Burton. Okay.
Yes. I mean, who else? You gonna go with Tesla?
I'm going with Fannin and Keon probably.
Okay.
Burton, you just throwing in the air. Then
you're right. That's true. That's true. I mean, but you got that 2 or 3 points is not going to kill you. I mean,
I would feel
I mean, who
more
you playing over Burton?
I would feel more comfortable starting Tesla than Burton. That's how I feel about Burton. I know whenever Tesla get the ball, it's probably a touchdown.
How
Whenever
about this
Tesla
one,
touch the ball, it's
Terrence?
probably a touchdown.
How about this one, Terrence? I'm going JCM because for sure you got to try to ride that hot hand. I'm also going Fannin because you got Gabriel who's got a weak arm, so that just
There you
benefits
go.
the tight ends in the zones that they play. So to me, he's a for sure play. And now I'm going for the home run hit because they're playing the Lions, so it's going to be tough to run on the Lions up the middle. So I'm going Brashard Smith for the pass catching back for the Chiefs this game.
Whoa.
And that's the boom play. That's what he's doing. He's giving his little boom play. That's why I said, well, go with Burton then.
Amen.
If he's gonna go with Brashard Smith, what's wrong with Burton?
Matter of fact, I'm just letting it know. I feel more comfortable with Tesla. Now we can come back, check on this next week, because I think because of Raymond getting injured, he's out of there with a neck injury. Tesla about to get more of the snaps, and every time Tesla touches the ball, it's a highlight. That man, he leading highlights per play. He ain't out there much, but every time he touches the ball, it's a highlight.
Yep, they want to get him out there more too. So, but I don't know if this is the game with the Chiefs. We'll see. It's going to be a tough matchup. All right,
that's all we got for that.
So, any other rookies you guys like?
Hampton, I was like a Hampton.
Oh yeah,
Hampton getting it started. I mean, Gentry not racking it up in the fantasy points, but Gentry doing well for the circumstance he in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, let's get into last week's thing. I don't see these super chats, Terrence, so I can't turn it off.
It was only 2. They had a
no, I can't turn it off is what I'm saying.
Pulled up. Okay. So I thought if you would have just clicked on another one, but where we at now?
I'm just loading. I got to reload the page for last week's results.
And this is the results for the TechnoBowl picks. You know, if you see a smile on my face, chat, that means I had a good week. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying. But if y'all remember, chat,
here
last week, Sean, had a good week and he jumped on top of the leaderboard. So he was leading. And there we go.
All right. Got it up now. So in fourth place, we have Terry. He took Drake May, who had 14.85, Jonathan Taylor for 31.6, and Jonathan Williams for 11.44 for 57.89 for his best week yet, for a total of 236.09, but still in fourth place. How you feel about your week, TD?
I love it. I think I made a perfect play with Drake May, but it didn't go to fantasy numbers. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I picked him up and tried to play him in a couple leagues. I thought he would have had a bigger game as well.
Right.
And J-Mo, disappointment this season. Y'all was on him hard. He's been disappointment.
But it ain't over yet, though.
It ain't, but I just don't know. I told you I felt some type of way about the coach leaving, whatever it was his name, Ben Johnson.
But they gave him $80 million, though, Terrence.
What money got to do with him getting schemed to get the ball?
Because you don't think they talking to Dan Campbell before they gave him the $80 million, said, well, how you going to use the guy going forward?
Yeah, for sure. They know that's part of the plan. And then we'll get the third place. So TD's behind third place by about 15 points. So Alex had a great week. I think it was the fourth highest week overall so far. He took Justin Fields at quarterback, 28.75. Scabito from the Giants at 15.4. And Jefferson from Minnesota for 19.3 for a total of 63.45. And he sits at 251.95. And he's not here today. So that brings it to me. And I had the worst week yet of anybody last week. And I don't even want to talk about it, but Indiana Jones with 18.8, ETN with 8.8, and I went Alex Pearson that he didn't even play for 27.6 pitiful points, put me at 274.
Alex on you behind, huh?
Yeah, Alex, I'm about 25 ahead of Alex and about 40 ahead of TD. That brings us to Terrence, who had a pretty good week, which I think was the second highest week overall, right behind Alex's one. He took Justin Fields, got 28.75, Gibbs with 17.89, and Garrett Wilson with 19.10 for 65.74 for a grand total of 298.45 and back in first. How you feel, Terrence?
Oh, I remember watching on the Dallas and Jets game, and I was like, "What we doing, Fields?" And I think at the end of the game, he ended up connecting with Wilson to make everything all right.
Yep, it was a close one.
So it's gonna be funny when you. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny when you playing Tyler Lockett week 15.
Boy, ain't never, bro. It's too many stars in this league. See, I told you. Now I can let my plan out. It's week 6. I can let my plan out. Look, I'm.
You only can play one wide receiver, though. You only can play one wide receiver. So,
but there's so many wide receivers. I'm stumping these stars, and then by the end of the season, my rookie is gonna be in blossom, and bam, it's more stumping y'all. That's how I'm gonna do it. You gonna see?
Maximus, make sure you send me the link to this channel. That way I can cut up the edits. So when he go in and he play Kenneth Gainwell, hey, I played my
guy. Yep, for sure. All right. Oh, that brings us to the leaderboard. Here we go. We got Terrence in first place, just shy of 300. Myself in second, just shy of 275. Alex just over 250, and Terry at 236. So let's get into this week's picks. So we'll start with Alex since he's not here. Get to that. So Alex has gone with Jaden Daniels from the Commanders, Javonte Williams from the Cowboys, and Quentin Johnson from the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want me to go next since my picks came in second?
Go for it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going with Baker Mayfield, and I'm stacking him with Emeka Ibuka because my 49ers, they let a lot of yardage up, and I think in this one they're going to let a lot of TDs up as well. So I think they're going to stop them. So with keeping up with that, the only way they're really going to have to, because of all their wide receivers coming back off injuries, I'm dropping Christian McCaffrey here. I don't like the pick. I feel dirty because every time I pick him in fantasy or anything, he gets injured that game. So I'm not hopeful for it, but I'm going to go with it this game. So let's see how that rolls out.
And you want me to go next?
Sure.
All right. I'm going. My one of my prospect goats, Jaden Daniels. I love me some Jaden Daniels. Finally get to pick him. He didn't really show up that much this past week, but hey, he should be back in the mix this week. And then I'm going with the stack and pick Debo since McLaurin not out there. This is definitely a layup pick. And then I'm going with Barkley for the revenge game. Run on their asses. Guess what? This is cutting edge content.
Nice picks. Good team there. Because I think Debo's in for another big week too with Scary out. I don't think what's his name? Luke McCaffrey's going to have another big week too. Step up with Jaden Daniels because I do think he gets back into the groove, especially on a Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to the super secret TechnoBowl picks of the week.
This is G5 classified.
Yes, sir. Because in order for me to win, I can't pick the same guys that y'all pick. Because we're going to be rotating players, and I'm just going to be same amount of spots behind you. So I have to make sure I pick the players. And sometimes, listen, when I see y'all picks, you don't think I'll be like, oh, damn. You know what? I might need to pick that dude. So I'm just being a little bit, I got to be secret with my picks. Because if you see somebody and they got a great matchup you ain't thought about it, you might change. And you might say, well, that's my guys. That's what I said. I didn't copy yours. So you can be influenced. So Jordan Love. Maximus, and I had Jordan Love, and what's my other two guys that I sent you?
The running back from Washington and wide receiver from the Rams.
Yeah, yep, JCM, and then Puka Nacua. So my first guy is going to be Jordan Love. And the matchup is great, but they're going against Cincinnati. All those weapons, Jordan Love is going to throw at least 2 to 3 touchdowns, so I'm going with Jordan Love. I love him this week. Jacory Crosby-Mary is hot. He's on fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride that out. Pause before I'm not gonna wait later to pick that in the season. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ja'Cory Carson-Kamara. He's on fire. I think he's gonna take over this backfield. He's about to be a true league winner. A true league winner. And Puka Nacua is Puka Nacua, the best wide receiver in the first 3 years of his career. So I'm going with Puka Nacua with the Rams going against the Ravens, who's giving it up behind the dumpster. All you got to do is just come to the dumpster, and you can be next. So I'm taking Puka Nacua.
Yeah, nice team. Let's see if you can catch up. All right, so that brings us to our fantasy picks, sleeper picks, whatever you want to call them. But before we get to that, get your fantasy questions in, because after this segment, we'll be getting to those questions for your teams. So who wants to start this one out?
I'm gonna go because I didn't go that deep this time. I'm going with the stack against Dallas. You know, Bryce Young been playing like trash, and hopefully we hoping we can get it together. He can have a better game, get your 20 points. You know, and we'll pair that with Tech McMillan. So hopefully the stack does well. And then I'm gonna go with Rico Dotto. You know, if he's getting the start again, he had a big game. I can see him having another big game against this defense he's going against.
Yeah, I like that Rico pick, because I think Chuba Hubbard with that calf injury is going to struggle all year.
And if you want a bonus pick, you definitely got to go Ferguson, the tight end. He's not really a sleeper because he's a tight end one, but he going against the fantasy defense that give up the most points against the tight end. So he's guaranteed to smash. That sounds like a guaranteed DFS play.
Yeah. You want to go TD or you want me to?
I want you to go ahead.
All right. So my first two aren't like too far off, but I do think they're going to get back into form on these ones, and that's why I'm picking them. So I'm going with Ladd McConkey for my first one, with Amari Hampton going down. I don't really think they're going to have a run game, so that's going to bring that short game quickness of Ladd back in. So I think he gets back into what he was last year, and you can like plug him in your plug and forget in your lineup. And then my next guy is the same thing as well. I've been struggling a little bit all year, but going against Seattle, they've been in some great air battles. So I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. getting back into form in this one too, especially with how the Jaguars ended the last game. It's a little carry that momentum in, and let's see what they can do with it. And then my last one here, I'm going with Flowery from the Cowboys versus the Panthers. I think he's going to continue on to that. They've kind of found the role for him while CD Lamb's out, and he might even continue on in some type of role that's got a large capacity even when Lamb comes back with Pickens and them in a 3 wide receiver set.
I like that. My quarterback is going to be Bryce Young. I talked about it as my quarterback start of the week. He's going against the Cowboys. Him and Tech seems to be getting more on the same page. He threw his first touchdown to Xavier Leggett. I like the way this team is going. I like Bryce Young as a streaming quarterback. So if you are in a situation where you don't know what quarterback to play because you're in a tight spot, I think Bryce Young is a good quarterback to stream against the Cowboys. Going on to my running back is going to be Travion Henderson. Excuse me. And the reason why I like Travion Henderson, he's the running back too now. They have to give this guy the ball. He's going to be having some boom plays. The better the Drake May is going to get, the better the Travion Henderson is going to play. So I like Travion Henderson going against the Saints. They not a terrible defense, but I don't think they're going to stop this run game. You have to prepare for Drake May, so that I think it opens it up for Travion Henderson to have his first boom game. And wide receivers, I think it's time to do it. Travis Hunter. Now they didn't taste that victory of beating Kansas City Chiefs. They pushing that ball down the field to Travis Hunter. So if you got Travis Hunter, play him as a wide receiver 3. And if you in our IDP league, don't put him in as a wide receiver. Put him as a DB and play another wide receiver. But now Travis Hunter is going to get those wide receiver points, and I think he's going to get 5 or 6 targets. He is a jump ball wide receiver. They will have him out there. Trevor Lawrence has always been good for jump ball type wide receivers. If you go back to
Mike Williams,
I don't know if it's Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, and the guy that's with Cincinnati right now.
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins. Those two guys was big time jump ball wide receivers. It was never very accurate short wide receivers outside of Hunter Renfrow, but it was for tall wide receivers who can do contesting catches, and that's what Travis Hunter can do. So I like Trevor Lawrence. Also, just to give y'all a little bit of context on the background, I like Trevor Lawrence this week to play, but I love Travis Hunter. Play Travis Hunter against the Seahawks. I don't care how tough the matchup is.
Would you play Stafford over Lawrence?
No, I would play Trevor Lawrence because of his rushing upside. Because I feel like, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, he got to keep running that damn ball. Run the damn ball. Don't be holding back there, sitting back there looking like a dumbass, long-haired California boy. So when you get back there and you in doubt, take off running.
Yeah, he did it in college, so I don't know why he's not doing it now.
He did it in college. He did it in college.
All right, we'll get to the comment section now. So we got the professor says, yo. Then we got Frizzle says, I got an offer sent to me. He wants my CD for Kraft, Ridley, and Javonte Williams. I don't do that. I'm keeping CD.
Javonte Williams have been scoring a lot of points. I'm just letting you know. So if you on a losing team, you got to make a move now. You can't wait. I don't know how much this moves the needle. Am I in desperate need of the tight end? I know Javonte Williams is gonna move the needle. Javonte Williams is top 5 in fantasy points right now on the running back end. He's gonna move the needle. Do you need a tight end that you're getting crafted in this deal? Really, it's not a needle move. Really have been on a waiver wire in some of the leagues. I mean, just let y'all know he's not a needle mover. So
yeah.
I agree with Terrence.
Yeah, I would see if I can get a little more, a different wide receiver. But I can't be mad at you if you losing, if you're in a bad position, you can't wait on CD.
It's all about your situation.
Yep. The professor says cutting edge content, and then Emeka Ibuka. Mr. Sleeper says, sup fellas, 100. And then we got Smitty says, yo, I'm 1-4 in a 2 QB flex league. In 2 weeks, by grabbing all the QBs off the waiver, I turned Browning into Rashid Rice, Rattler plus Marks into Brees, and also start 2 running backs, Monty, Henderson, White, or Hall.
White and Hall for the running backs.
Yeah, I agree. As long as Bucky not playing, you got to throw White out there every time.
Yep. I agree. And that was a pretty good trade getting Browning into Rashid Rice.
Oh, yeah. Hey, the best thing I did was I got when Mark scored that 27 points, I took him and Swift and threw him to another team and got Jamar Chase right before he boomed again. I was like, thank you, Jamar Chase. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just traded for Jamar Chase too, but I paid pretty good. All right. Got Mr. Sleeper. I need to start a good defense to stream this week. The Cowboys.
Las Vegas Raiders. New England Patriots.
Who the Raiders playing?
Tennessee.
Yeah, definitely the Raiders then. Tennessee is giving up the most fantasy points to defenses. So
I'm the dumpster. If you've been having bad luck, meet me over here on Corner Street, and you can get something behind the dumpster.
Matter of fact, she's not discreet. You don't even got to go behind the dumpster.
Wow.
What do you think about the Chargers defense?
Chargers defense? Who the Chargers playing?
That's the Dolphins.
They got a tough matchup. Yeah, and that's why I'm worried about Waller, because Darren James has been locking down tight ends.
Who has been?
Darren James.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome on that. At that.
Yeah.
All right. Next question here we got from Dark Side of the Moon. Need one flex. U0026 One running back, full PPR. Dowdle, Ramonde, Pearsall, Wandell Robinson, or Jerry Judy.
Definitely out the first
Dowdle.
two. It's out the first two. Purcell not
Dowdle.
playing. Wendell Robinson is throwing the air. Judy been trash. I will go with Dowdle too.
Yep. Myself as well. And then we got B. Silva says start 2 flex PPR, Jennings, Shakir, Wandell, Dobbs, or JMO.
I'm going with J-Mo, and I will go with Jennings if he's active. If he's not active, I will go with Jennings and Dobbs.
I'm going Jennings, Dobbs.
I like that.
I mean Jamison and Dobbs. Jamison
Oh, no.
Dobbs.
I'm going Jennings and Dobbs.
Yeah. Well, that's all our questions. You guys want to chat and see if we get some more, or you just want to end it?
We can talk a little bit. We can talk 5 or 10 more minutes, whatever y'all want to talk about. We want to talk about some player props. I like this player prop. I like Jalen Hyatt anytime touchdown plus 800.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a dart throw. It's not a consistent. If I want to go for money, I'm going Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown.
Has this
But if
man
I'm going
been getting any damn playing time?
No, he hasn't.
He didn't even get on the field last week.
Nope. That's why I'm playing the $10, $5 bet. It's trying to win money. But if I want to go for plus 800, which ain't great, ain't it? That's what tells me to go to it. Plus 800, he ain't played in a fucking game. Excuse my language. He ain't played in the game, and he's plus
so what
800.
Would that give you $800 or $8,000?
No, for $10, no, $100 it'll give me $800, and that's not a great deal for Jalen Hyatt who hasn't played. I agree with you, Max. That's what I said. I'm like, I was expecting to be plus 1,700 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really.
You know what? Yeah. Yep. I mean, Hyatt 9% snaps week 3, 38% week 4, 47 week 5. He should go up with Slayton out the way, but also there's a guy called Bo Collins that been getting snaps increasing each game too, and Bo Collins is also sneaky good. He was doing his thing in preseason.
And he was picked by Dabo where Hyatt wasn't, because Hyatt's a leftover from the last regime.
Right.
So
I ain't disagreeing with y'all guys. Right, I'm just trying to make a money throw. Sometimes you have to. I don't know how y'all do y'all bets, but sometimes I like to take $5 or $10 and try to win $2 or $3 grand or something.
I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I'm letting you know it's not a bad play. It's not a bad play with because Slayton not playing, right? Isn't he out?
Right, Slayton out. Yeah,
so
yeah, he's out.
He should tick. I think he's good. I mean, for some reason, can't get on the field though. So,
right.
I just gave up on
Terrence, let me ask you this. Right, Terrence, I know you good with watching them guys out of college and giving them badges. Didn't he eat up Patrick Surtain? Didn't he kill Patrick Surtain when he was in Tennessee?
I'm not sure what he did.
Yeah, he did.
I think he did.
He
looked that up real quick.
He ate up everybody. He was the
But Patrick Surtain, but you would have never guessed that Jalen Hyatt would have ate up Patrick Surtain. You would never have guessed it. So that's why I want to make sure this is right. To show people why I would make this bet and why the hell I don't understand what Brian Daboll is doing. Is he trying to make this guy be something that he's not? I don't know. But what did he do against Patrick Surtain when Patrick Surtain was at Alabama?
Well, I'd have to go and find.
Y'all got time. If you got time, if you don't got time, don't worry about it. Jalen Hyatt led the college football in yards per catch his senior season, the last season before he entered the pros.
Oh, I drafted a lot of them in Dynasty. He just hasn't worked out.
Me too. It haven't worked out.
He won the Biletnikoff Award. Like I said, I was high on him, but all the talking heads told me I shouldn't be. So they said,
what did he do against Surtain? Can you put in Hyatt versus Surtain in college and see what it say, what comes up? I would look at it, but I got my phone. I'm doing my live on my phone because I think that's really great data. It would be 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. So I would say 2021.
Okay, here it is.
Okay, good.
Now I just got to figure out how to get into the game log. Okay, box score.
Like I said, he was busting everybody up.
He was busting their ass in the SEC. That's that old school SEC too. That's not that new SEC with
But
no
the thing
Oregon in it.
Think about it.
He had 3 catches for 14 yards.
Oh, okay. Okay. Against Pat Surtain?
Yeah.
And he went to Bolitikoff that year?
Yeah, he played a lot of pretty easy teams that year. But
Okay.
let's see what he did the year after. He played Alabama again.
Oh, okay. That's what we're talking about that year. So Pat Surtain was gone. I thought Pat Surtain had stayed that extra year. Okay.
Yeah, I was just
so it was the last year that Jalen played.
And Hyatt wasn't there either, so.
Okay, so we good. It was he held on 14 yards, but yeah. I like Hyatt. I'm going for anytime touchdown just to try to make it get a little cute, win a little bit of money.
Thing is, if they put Hyatt in that Wan'Dale Robinson role, he would do friggin' awesome in it. Because he's got that inside quickness.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a slot.
Right.
He's supposed to be a slot. I mean, whatever. He played a lot of slot at Tennessee. And I understand that he fast and y'all just want to throw him on the outside. I mean, sometimes the NFL be making the most of players,
They do, man. They be messing up, man, Steve.
Sometimes you can look in the fridge and want to cook something, but not have the ingredients. So you got to cook with what you got. And that's where I think Dable's missing out because they should switch those guys up.
Right. I like that.
But that's about all I got. We haven't got any questions. You just want to wrap it up for tonight, Terrence? And
we're going to get out of here.
I've got where would those be again?
Oh, don't disappear, TBD. I got a question to ask you. So don't.
All right, I got QR codes for each when you do each one that can go up, Terrence. So we'll start with who? All right, click a picture up there, and you can follow this channel for Fantasy Good Sports on YouTube. Leave that there for a couple seconds. And then we'll get to now. If you take a picture, you can get that Fantasy Network YouTube channel, and it can take you right to there.
Awesome.
And then now, if you take a picture, it'll bring you to Spotify to mine and Alex show, the Fantasy Blind Spot. To make it easier for you guys to follow us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that definitely work for you guys.
For the phone, I told you the phone is where it's at, guys. That phone stuff, that's where YouTube is being based off of. That's why I was going vertical off my phone, because you get more viewers that way. So that they got the QR code, they're letting you know that they're doing a lot with the phones.
Yep. All right, well, take us out, Terrence.
All right. He already told us all the go to follow our channel. So till next time, we out of here.